Hi, this is Survivor from Scrappy Mania, and today I want to show you the ScanNCut. Now, forever I was debating about getting this machine, and I got the 350 and from HSN, and there's some other models. There's a model is a 650, which is a lot more expensive than this one, and with that model it's more for quilters because you get more shapes. The library of shapes is a lot more than this one. You still get the 300 dpi scanner. You still get the ability to scan and transfer to a canvas and wireless network. Everything, you have everything that this one had, except for you cannot scan a 12 by 24 mat. You only have the scanning for this one is 12 by 12. That's the maximum of you can scan. With the other one, you can scan 12 by 24, and if you're a doll maker, that is good because you can easily put your fabric on that large 12 by 24 sheet, and then you can cut the pattern because you can scan the pattern, and then you can cut the pattern on your fabric for dolls. So it's beneficial for those who do dolls and want to cut patterns, but for us that are more crafter, I do sew and I do quilt, but you know what, I don't need that large scanning capability. A 12 by 12 scan is good enough for me. And the reason why I bought this one is because I want to use the feature in where I can stamp a flower, because I love those layer flowers, or my Prima dolls or my mixed media dolls. I would like to be able to draw something, stamp something, color something, and have this machine scan it without me having to do the fussy cutting. One of the things I took forever in debating and buying a tool, another cutter, because if you look over here, let me move you over here. So I do have two other cutting machines, and this one is the small Cricut, and this is the Cricut Expression. The reason why I had to buy another cutting machine because I was debating on whether getting an upgrade to this one, because the new Cricut machine cuts a lot better. The new Cricut machine also has the ability of using the design space, which these two machines do not work in the design space from your iPad because they're not wireless. You have to use Craft Room, and now there's some Anna Griffin cartridges that only available digitally through design space that these machines will not be able to cut. So they're kind of phasing these out of the way, making more digital cartridges, and so I needed to replace these if I wanted any new cartridges. So my dilemma was, should I replace this with another Cricut Explorer that has the ability to do design space, and I also have ability to do SVG files, which those are the files that you can cut in a lot of the different die cutter machines and create your own design? Or should I buy a ScanNCut? For me, the feature that I really am looking at is the print and cut. The Cricut Explorer, the print and cut, some people say it works, some people say it doesn't work because when you print your image, it's pixelated. But I think that's more have to do with the type of printer and interpreting the data that's coming from the Cricut machine or design space into that printer. It may be that they don't have the right drivers in the printer to be able to get a better image, because there are some people that get wonderful image out of their design space. So I didn't really, because my goal is to be able to print something and cut it out, or print an image and cut it out, or stamp an image and cut it out. Then the two choices I had: buy the Explorer and may or may not have ability to print and cut depending on the software and what I have, or get a really simple machine, which is what this one is, where I can scan my image and fussy cut it and have the machine fussy cut it for me, which is what I really want. And also this has the ability of taking any of my old SVG file, because I do have Sure Cuts a lot, So it had the ability to take that file and cut it. Now what I really want to test this one out is see if it gives me good. The newer Cricut now, you can't beat it because it cuts wonderful. My sister actually bought the Explorer, and it's like 100% improvement from she had the little Cricut bug, like what I have, the small one. It really cuts like butter. It cuts wonderful. It cuts that Cricut really does good cuts. So either that or this. So I want to try this out since my sister has the Explorer and I know how well that works. None of us have this one, and for what I wanted to do, I wanted to try this one out. So I got it at a deal from HSN when they had this last 24-hour craft show. So let's go ahead and unbox it. This one came with the standard mat, and they say this mat is very sticky. And they do have, Brother do have 3 other mats. There's a low tack and a medium tack. And so I may get another standard cutting mat, or I may get another low tack. I'm not sure. We'll see how this one will work. I have seen some reviews that the tackiness of this mat kind of goes away quicker than the Cricut, but I do have tricks in using repositional adhesive to keep it down, so we'll see how that will work. And then the biggest feature is the scanning mat. I'm planning to use this a lot to scan my Prima dolls, my Altenew layer stamps. And I was, and the reason why I also got it, because I like a lot of my layer stamps. Cutting a bunch of those flowers out is tedious, and having to buy the die is expensive. So maybe using this, I will save money, because instead of buying a $20 die for every single stamp I have, I can just stamp it, scan it, and have this thing cut it. So that's my goal. Let's see if that really works. So you get, this one gets 2 mats. You're going to get this, and this is the activation card to activate the internet. This is the deep blade. This is the blade for the deep blade. And then it comes with 2 markers. A black, I think it's a red and a blue. You can also buy water soluble markers which is good for making your seam lines for your patterns if you use this to cut fabric. So it gives you you can create the 1/4 seam allowance pretty easy. So now let's get, and then the rest it's in here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and bring this out, and let's see how it works. So it comes with the instructions on the cover. So you want to peel these off, these tapes. So just peel all these tape off. Peel this off. Okay. Set that aside. Peel this off. Set that aside. And then open this up. So I hope you can see that. We're going to open this up, and we're going to remove everything that has a blue tape. They have this tape so that way it doesn't move during shipment. So take that off. Take this off. Remove all of this. And now let's see if there's anything else. In the box, you're going to receive this little box. So these are the added value from HSN. Your scanning mat is an added value. And this is what you see in here, and the standard mat is standard for any of these machines. You got a cord. You got another cord. You got a pen blade, the stylus, the spatula, and then the regular blade. It all fits in this little pocket. Now the only thing, it does have a tray in the back. So let me turn it around. I don't know if that will fit in there. Maybe there is a tray that goes in there. No, that's pretty much it. I don't see any other tray. So, what I don't like about this is kind of flimsy going up and down. And there's not really a tray that goes in there. Guess you can put this here, put that there. And that closes it down. Okay, and then you may be able to put that pen holder there in the back to hold it. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a little plastic or a little container or something to put here. You do have this little pouch, but again, the pouch is kind of flimsy. Not sure about that. Okay, let's turn it around. It should come with a blade. I'm not sure if this has a blade. You have the blade holder, but I don't think you have a blade in here. Oh yeah, there's the blade. So you do get the blade in there. You got the blade holder, and you can see the blade coming out. And then let me see. So let me show you. So all the way, this is the marking. So you see the tip of the blade, and then you dial it down. So I think for cardstock, I'm going to put it at 4. Then the way to put this blade in, make sure this is up. Put it with the Brother logo facing you, and then down. Okay, so now I've been seeing a lot of Julie Faith and Bosser for videos on this machine. She uses this machine a lot, and she demos it at HSA and in a lot of places. Plus she has her own channel where she shows you tips and tricks with this machine. So that's why I also got it, because there are a lot of support for this machine. And there's also a lot of support for the Cricut. So either one, it just depends what you want to do. My goal is to do more scanning and cutting and fussy cutting. I want a machine that fussy cuts my images for me. Excuse me. So this machine kind of makes more sense. The only thing that I want to make sure is that the machine has a nice cut. That it cuts my cardstock nicely. Okay, so we're going to put this here. That, like I said, that's the only thing I don't like about this machine. Is this little, it doesn't stay up. So I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a little flimsy. Not sure if I like that flimsiness or not. And another thing I see, it doesn't have a holder. I might buy something. I probably have some kind of thing that you can buy to put your holder on the side, or maybe have a tray. Maybe buy a little tray that I can put an adhesive or something, like something to put my thing. So I think a holder would have been good if they would have created one for that. Okay, so let's go over to our table. Let's go ahead and stamp some images, and then I'm going to have this thing cut the image out of cardstock. So I'm going to use the cardstock that I use the most to cut out an image. I'm going to scan it. I'm going to use the scanning mat, and then I'm going to cut it out. So let's go ahead over to the table.